Ladies and gentlemen, Thistle Brass, thank you very much for leading us in today. Thank you very much indeed. I declare open this ceremony for the conferment of degrees and other academic distinctions. Please take your seats. Deputy Principal, graduates, for a few short moments yet, still graduands, families and friends, good afternoon and welcome to the second summer graduation ceremony of 2025 for the Faculty of Arts and Humanities. My name is Jack McConnell. I have a great honour to be the Chancellor of this university, having been a student here a long time ago, and it's my pleasure to be presiding over this ceremony. I bring the apologies of the University Principal, who's unable to join us today and to be in his usual seat, but he is ably represented, and we're very grateful to Professor Neville Wiley, Deputy Principal, who's taken the Principal's place for this afternoon's ceremony. Welcome to those who join me on the platform, including representatives of the University Court, staff, student representatives, and some other guests too. A particular mention for two individuals, Mr. Harry Adam, who was the student president on the day that I started at Stirling University a very long time ago, and I think became a student 50 years ago this year, who is retiring as the chair of our University Court, and Mr. Hamish Grossart, who is the new chair of the University Court, who we're delighted to have with us this afternoon as well. Welcome to both of them. A special welcome to our distinguished honorary graduand, and I hope she won't mind me saying a special friend of mine, Margot Wallström. Margot was the Minister of Foreign Affairs and acting Deputy Prime Minister of Sweden between 2014 and 2019. Throughout her political and diplomatic career, she's been an ardent advocate of the rights and needs of women and for action on climate and the environment. I first met her when she was European Commissioner for the Environment for the first time in 1999, and I have been an ardent admirer and friend ever since. I'm delighted that she's here today. She made history in 2014 as the world's first foreign minister to adopt a feminist foreign policy, and more than 15 states have adopted similar approaches to mediation and conflict resolution since. Today, Margot will be made a Doctor of the University in recognition of her outstanding contribution to protecting the environment and championing the rights of women worldwide. And you're about to hear a little bit more about Margot soon. Graduation is always the highlight in the university calendar, and today's ceremony is an important ritual and culmination of your university experience. Congratulations, graduands. You have reached a milestone, and as you walk across this stage today, savour the moment and be proud of your achievements. And while today is very much about you, it's also a big day for your family and friends who are either here or perhaps watching on the live stream. I've got no doubt that they have supported you along the way, certainly emotionally, and quite possibly financially as well. And I like these graduation ceremonies, I have to say, to be a bit more like an American graduation ceremony than a traditional British one, which is a bit too formal and polite. American ceremonies always seem to me to be much more noisy and joyous occasions, and the music that we come into is Let Us Rejoice. So let us rejoice today and make a lot of noise. And let's start by taking the opportunity to thank your family and friends for helping you get here today. Well done to them. Thank you very much. That's the way to do it. Hopefully we'll keep that up for the next hour and a half or so. Your degree is your passport to the future, and I hope that in celebrating you also acknowledge what a powerful and exciting new chapter awaits you as you take on your new roles as our next trailblazers, leaders and thinkers. You're graduating at an important time for our society and for the world in general, And we need minds like yours to help tackle the major challenges that we face, to change lives and to create a more sustainable and inclusive world. In front of me today, I'm sure I see the next generation of lawyers and journalists and filmmakers and linguists and historians and maybe even the odd politician. You can be our visionaries and change makers. You will be at the forefront of asking difficult questions and developing and applying innovative solutions that will have a positive impact in your chosen fields and in the wider world. And I do want to say this afternoon that we read a lot and we hear a lot celebrating the natural sciences, celebrating business studies, celebrating, in this university in particular, sport and the incredible achievements of our athletes. But we must also celebrate our arts and humanities too. It is our arts and humanities that are creative, that help us think, help us challenge what we see in front of us, and help us communicate the solutions. And therefore, I hope today in celebrating your graduation, you make a personal commitment to use what you've learned here at Stirling to help make improvements for our and your future. We are relying on you to make a difference and to be the difference in the slogan of the university. As you step into the next chapter, your degree from Stirling will open doors for you. Since our foundation in 1967, this university has been driven by a mission to connect, innovate, and transform. In everything we do, we strive for purpose and impact, constantly challenging the status quo. Be proud that your university is held in the highest regard. In the QS Stars University ratings, we've got an overall rating of 5 stars, as well as, in particular, 5 stars for teaching, employability, global engagement, research facilities, and environmental impact. We're first in the UK, top 10 in the world for campus environment, and hopefully the rain will stay off and you'll get a chance to enjoy that this afternoon. Top 20 in the UK for postgraduate teaching. And you can be confident as you leave here today, knowing that you will, I hope, have excellent prospects, because 96% of our graduates are in work or further study within 15 months of leaving the university. We're ranked in the world's top 200 institutions for our contribution to meeting the UN Sustainable Development Goals. I hope Margot's pleased with that. Highlighting the tangible difference we are making through our teaching, research and influence. And we are, of course, Scotland's University for Sporting Excellence, ranked first in the UK for sports facilities. And our athletes compete at the highest level of their sports, including at the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games and at World Championships. And indeed, 8 of our swimmers will be competing in the World Aquatics Championships in Singapore next month. And we wish them and all our athlete ambassadors, great ambassadors for the university, the very best of luck. Our first Chancellor, Lord Robbins, those of you same age as me or maybe older in the audience might well recall that a guy called Lord Robbins led on the expansion of higher education in the 1960s and helped create all these new universities around the UK. And Lord Robbins was the first Chancellor of the University of Stirling, and I'm very proud to wear his robes. In 1968, a year after our foundation, he set out 3 challenges for this university. Firstly, that our institution should be at the heart of the community, and we've certainly succeeded in that effort. Today, we play a leading role in driving economic growth, productivity and prosperity through the Stirling and Clackmannanshire City Region deal and educating the next generation of nurses, social workers and teachers across Forth Valley. The second challenge was to be innovative, and we can safely say that innovation has been Stirling University's middle name. Whether that's through our mission-focused research, links to business or state-of-the-art campus facilities. Just last month, we unveiled a new cutting-edge innovation hub which enhances digital learning through advanced technologies such as virtual classrooms, holographic projection and AI-enabled robotics. And the third challenge was to be international and outward-looking. And today, international students account for more than 1/3 of our student population, with over 140 different nationalities amongst our student population. We teach internationally as well, in China, Singapore, Vietnam and the UAE, and we partner with institutions on dual degrees, ensuring the highest quality. The latest Research Excellence Framework, an independent evaluation of university research, ranks Stirling 4th in Scotland. Still a relatively new university, that is quite an achievement. and 43rd in the UK for research impact, with more than 80% of our research rated world-leading or internationally excellent. And our research are at the forefront of groundbreaking research, which is addressing major global challenges, including in the fields of climate change, food sustainability, and public health. And here in arts and humanities, heritage experts have been working with European partners to help protect Ukraine's cultural objects and monuments following the Russian invasion. Historians have launched a virtual museum recently which tells the story of Scotland's mining past. And the faculty has recently announced the creation of an innovative new centre to advance knowledge of the relationship between place and memory. What remains true over the years is that none of this progress would have been possible without the energy, adaptability and resilience of our people. And while you have received deserved recognition of your achievements today, we should also thank our staff who've helped you reach this point in your academic journey. So, another big cheer. Let's thank them for their commitment and hard work in supporting you throughout your studies. And a final couple of points that I hope it's okay to make today in these troubled times. The celebrated Scottish writer Robert Louis Stevenson said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest that you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." And I hope you have sown seeds here in Stirling, honing your knowledge, skills and experience. Because from these roots, it's now time to grow, flourish and make your mark on the world. Since I left the University of Stirling after graduation, I've had a remarkably lucky life, able to travel the world and see great things as well as some real pain and problems too. And I'm always struck by the fact that education is the #1 solution. When I was a student, we used to campaign on the slogan that education was a right and not a privilege. It was everywhere, that slogan. But over the years, as I've seen people kept out of school, deprived of higher education opportunities, and so on, I've come to believe very strongly that education is a right, but it's also a privilege when you have it. And you should use it well. The benefits of education are for the individual, but they're also universal. So as you go forward, I hope that you will work hard, but I hope you will enjoy your successes. Sometimes in this country we're a bit reticent to do that. Enjoy being successful, be ambitious, and achieve all that you can achieve, but do that with some humility for others too. You will make mistakes. We all make mistakes in our lives, but learn from your mistakes. Use them as opportunities to make progress and move forward. And remember those who need you, whether it's your family or your friends or those who are less fortunate than you. The world, as a new graduate, the world must look like a very scary place this month, I have to say. It's also a world, though, of immense opportunity. Yes, there are massive challenges and difficulties of conflict and climate change, but there are also incredible opportunities out there for your generation in the 21st century. So in a world of fake news and division and the rejection of evidence and facts, remember always that the Stirling University that you are leaving behind, although I hope you'll return from time to time, the Stirling University you're leaving behind today was a university of solutions, not scapegoats, and a university where community mattered ahead of me first. So when you leave this university, gloat with pride about the fact that you were here, because you've got a great education, you've had a great values instilled, and you've got a great opportunity to go forward and make a difference. Good luck with that. Thank you very much. And it now gives me great pleasure, personally as well as in my role as Chancellor, to invite Professor Malcolm MacLeod to present Mrs. Margot Wallstrom.
Chancellor, members of the University, graduates and guests, it is my great pleasure today to present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University of Stirling, Margaret Wallstrom. This is in recognition of her outstanding contribution to protecting the environment and for championing the rights of women worldwide. Margaret Elizabeth Wallström is an international stateswoman whose career of public service is notable not only for its length and achievements, but for bestowing a legacy that continues to shape practice in diplomacy and foreign affairs through her trailblazing doctrine of feminist foreign policy. Her political career began in the late 1970s when she entered the Swedish Parliament, aged just 25, as a member of the Swedish Social Democratic Party. A series of ministerial appointments soon followed in the 1980s, making Margaret a household name in Sweden. Her talents and leadership abilities did not go unnoticed. And by the 1990s, her career had progressed to roles on the international stage. She became Sweden's nominee to the European Commission in 1999, serving as European Commissioner for the Environment. A major achievement in this role was to push for a regulation requiring manufacturers of industrial chemicals to first test and register their products with the European Chemicals Agency before they could be used. Margaret was named European Commissioner of the Year by the European Voice newspaper in 2002, and then became the first ever Vice President of the European Commission between 2004 and 2010. It was in this role, and since, that Margaret championed a cause so important to her and so many others around the world: the participation of women in peace and security-related issues, notably the injustice and violence faced by women during armed conflict. She used her positions of leadership and influence to champion the implementation of United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325 in 2000. This resolution reaffirms the important role of women in the prevention and resolution of conflicts, peace negotiations, humanitarian responses, and post-conflict rebuilding. 8 years later, she helped to secure Resolution 1820 in 2008, which recognizes sexual violence as a weapon and tactic of war. She went on in 2010 to be appointed as the first UN Special Representative on sexual violence in conflict, recommending new ways to strengthen the status of women in war and peace. With such landmark international experience, it was little surprise that when Sweden's Social Democratic Party returned to government in 2014, Margaret was appointed as Minister for Foreign Affairs and Deputy Prime Minister of Sweden. She held both positions until autumn 2019. And during her tenure of these roles, Margaret formulated her signature concept of feminist foreign policy. This approach to international affairs centers on integrating the rights, resources, and representation of women within foreign policy, and pursues the global emancipation and empowerment of women and girls in a people-centered approach to security and peace. This approach is needed more than ever. Margaret argues in a world where worsening climate and a backlash against progressive policies mean that human rights are increasingly under threat. Fortunately, she is not alone in reaching that conclusion. Since her pioneering approach was instituted, more than 15 states have since adopted similar policies. Margaret continues to champion the next generation of women in politics. Since 2007, she has served as chair of the Council of Women World Leaders Ministerial Initiative, where she promotes the appointment of women to positions of responsibility and empowers fellow women leaders. With such a distinguished track record, I have no doubt that there is something that Margaret can teach all of those in this room, all of us in this room, who aspire to positions of leadership and who wish to leave their mark on the world. Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Academic Council, I present to you for the honorary degree of Doctor of University, Margaret Volstrom.
I confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of the University. Congratulations. Thank you very much. There we go. Dr. Wallstrom will be signing the roll of honorary graduates, which has been in existence since our first years as a university and now has 435 names in it as honorary graduates. Congratulations, Dr. Wallstrom. We'll be hearing more directly from Margot later in this ceremony. So we shall now proceed with the conferment of degrees and other academic distinctions. And I now call upon Dr. Alenka Yellen of the Faculty of Arts and Humanities to present the candidates for awards. And I confer upon these candidates the awards for which they are now presented. Candidates will be met, in the absence of the principal today, by Professor Kirsty Blair, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Humanities.
Chancellor, in the name and by the authority of the Academic Council, I present to you, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Oluwole Elebiju. Taryn Taverner Smith. For the degree of Master of Public Policy, David Barr. For the degree of Master of Science, Human Rights and Diplomacy, Abenter Damto. For the degree of Master of Science, International Journalism, Olavutobi Francis Ojo. For the degree of Master of Science, Public Relations and Strategic Communication, Miloš Zezel. Nenad Zezel. For the degree of Master of Science, Strategic Public Relations, Amanda Lamberti. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Art and Design, Coral Precious Allen. Cara Boland. Sasha Henderson. Charles McGogan. Callum Peter Milligan. Rachel Milne. Michael Stewart. Hannah Summer Thompson. Sophie Olwen Wallace. Amy Wilkie. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Business Law, Alyun Bahtpayar. Leonie May Zimmerman. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Digital Media, Kate Ainsley. Adam Hamill. Eve Ruth Handyside. Heather Evelyn McKinnon Kinghorn. Ewan Mackenzie. Isla Peggy Patterson. Joe Pierce. Martina Serafin. Dominic Sukar. Daniel Ward. Lee Matthew Wright. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Economics and Politics, Andrew Jamieson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Studies and the recipient of the Edward and Thomas Lund Prize awarded for the best performance in English Studies, Aisha Herrera Grau. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Studies and the recipient of the Kat Lindner Prize for LGBTQ+ Gender Studies, awarded in recognition of exceptional student work with a focus on applied research or placement projects based around fieldwork, creative practice, voluntary or community project in the field of gender, LGBTQ+ studies and feminism, Megan Rosemary Connolly. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours English Studies, Fenella Allen. Debbie Mar Anderson. Beth Mia Delaray. Neve Dickinson. Louise Ann Fagan. Fria Hermione Lucy Geis. James Henderson. Christy Horani. Katie Poppy Elizabeth McIntosh Hunter. Dana McKay. Caitlin Markey. Elle McTaggart. Dana Murphy. Courtney Rogers. Alexandra Catherine Jess Russell. Anika Luis Caleta. Novali Wesley. Ektoras Yalouridis. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Education, Ziu Link Lydia Dang. Owen Gibney. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Film and Media Studies, Emmanuel Agapiu. Chelsea Jordan Conran Hill. Ellie Hammond. Janie Higgins. Melissa McDougall. Madeleine Monson. Neve Susan Spence. Naren Watson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and French, Megan Elizabeth Cowell. Daisy Dave. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and History, Louise Bowie. Ellie Foster. Bethan Elise Jones. Jaswinder Elizabeth Lang. Lucy McCall. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Journalism Studies, Neve Brooke. Leonie McLeod. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Philosophy, and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize awarded for the Best English Studies dissertation, Sean William Donachie. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Philosophy, Adam Gibbons. Aunika Tuka. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Politics, Edward Finlow. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors English Studies and Spanish, Elizabeth Margaret Mosley. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Film and Media and the recipients of the JAM Audio Prize awarded for the Best Performing Audio Students, Lara Edwards. Freya Stevenson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Film and Media, Dylan Ancherl. James Andrew Baker. Molly Bestwick. Sean Boland. Siobhan Campbell. Christopher Ewan Childs. Elizabeth Martha Clark. David Ezekiel Klist. Riley Cowell. Jack Cunningham. Iona Dalgleish. Kerr Guy Dowell. Elliot Doris. Martina Juba. Aidan Forrester. Nicole Grusso. Evan James Healy. Sharonpal Kaur Kang. Aidan Kerr. Madeline Kestner. Anna Maria Kokoszczynska. Hannah Lokian. Felix Alfred Leister. Greta Martin. Faye McKellar. Ellie McLaren. Leon McLeod. Ben McQuaid. Nathan McQuaid. John Monday. Anastasis Nicolaou. Maisie Helen Niblo Piri. Peter Reeve. Kyle Graham Reed. Stephen Robinson. Joanna Schaffer. Ella Mary Shaw. Adam Smith. Harry Snedden. Josh Colin Luc Philippe Veron van Hout. Megan Jane Watson. Erin Wilson. Rory Alexander Wood. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media Studies and French, Bryony Kerr. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media and Journalism Studies and the recipient of the Thomas Alexander Dunn Prize, awarded for the best performance in film and media or journalism, Kyle Bruce. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media and Journalism Studies, Lucy Boak. Nora Daly. Ellie Foster. Madison Gerard. Kearney Gleister. Rebecca Mann. Megan Taylor. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media and Marketing, Aidan Farrell. Lindsay Pollock. Manu Sharma. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media and Philosophy, Vari McLennan. Ellie Schofield. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media and Politics, Cameron Colleen Johnston. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Film and Media and Religious Studies, Rowan Whithall. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours French, Caitlin Marie Margaret Murray Pendergast. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours French and Law, Frances Charlotte McFadden. Emma Safwa Quarty. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours French and Mathematics, Nicole Ann DiMarco. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours French and Politics, Bethany Georgina Duncan. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours French and Spanish, Keira Fitzgerald. Chrissy Hunter. Anna Kennedy. Angus James Moyer. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Heritage and Tourism, Kaylin Gillian Galloway Clark. Lorraine Woodland. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and the recipient of the Gordon Donaldson Prize, awarded for the best final year performance in history, and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize, awarded for best history dissertation, and the recipients of the Robert and Margaret McKean Prize, awarded for the best performance in European history, and the recipient of the Stirling Guildry Prize, awarded for the best dissertation in history or Scottish history, Amy Miller. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and the recipient of the Environmental History Prize, awarded for the best environmental history dissertation, Rose Sarah McIntyre. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History, Kasia Louise Barbash. Laura Bernardo Lutiano. Christy Blackie. Daisy Chalmers. Laura Jane Chalmers. Caitlin Chase. Lucy Craven. Amy Marie Davidson. Elliot Evans. Ryan Farquhar. Ben James Robbie Ferry. Hamish Goodall. Hannah Grant. Ewing Ronald Greek. Erin Jessica Harris. Louise Hay. Emily Karen Henderson. Sasha Henry. Logan Howard. Jay Kira. Matthew Kirkpatrick. Evan Lone. Isla McDonald. Thomas Carter. James McBrearty. Natasha Alex McCallum. Scott Mina. Haley Melrose. Rosalind Moore. Fred Stoddard. Haley Whitecross. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Journalism Studies, Murray Robert Hamilton. Ellie Stewart. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Law and the recipient of the Scott Reed Memorial Prize, awarded for overcoming challenges to achieve excellence, Matthew David Mund. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Politics and the recipient of the John Forty Award for Excellence, awarded for the best performance in combined honours politics, Heather Gamil. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Politics, Mohammed Fayez Akram. Desra Dervin. Abby Doyle. Georgia Kylie Ewing. Carrie Fraser. James Daniel Ives. Annabelle Rose Lindsay. Saoirse Monaghan. Alicia Scott. Elise Wilson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Politics and Education, Julie Louise Bannon. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Religion, Rebecca Fraser. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Religious Studies, David Allen Hawke. Faiza Malik. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours History and Spanish, Miriam Jane Brogan. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours International Management Studies with European Languages and Society, Amy Greenshields. Lucy Bridget McMillan. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours International Politics and the recipient of the Murray Learmonth Award presented for the Best Politics Dissertation and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize awarded for the Best Dissertation in History or Politics, Iris Ramage. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours International Politics, Isadora Barbosa Fernandez. Maxwell Cooper. James Louis Graham. Evan Hall. Caitlin Lamb. Dylan James Oisin Mackay. Gregor McCrimmon. Samuel O'Grady. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours International Politics and Languages and the recipient of the Simone de Beauvoir Prize awarded for the Best Performance in French, Lucy Neve Mariette Wiggins. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours International Politics and Languages, Lynn Hansen. Emma Louise Marr. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies and the recipient of the Thomas Alexander Dunn Prize awarded for the best performance in film and media or journalism, Ethan Maxwell Bryan Claridge. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies and the recipients of the Research-Based Learning Prize awarded for the best film and media or journalism dissertation, Carlin Brown. Tessa Guthrie. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies, Fern Blundell. Anya Diggins. Naomi Forbes. Anna Goodwin. Fraser Gordon. Leah Janine Earing. Kira Irvine. Sarah McIntosh. Molly Miller. Grant Paul Mawson. Talia Murdoch. Natasha Nelson. Elizabeth Carol Winton. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies and Law, Jet Forson. Madeline Wark. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies and Politics, Daniel Adamson. Drew Bain. Catherine Jane Nutt. Beth Christine Seawright. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies and Spanish, Ailey McNichol Graham. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Journalism Studies and Sports Studies, Daniel Baker. Morgan Butler. James Dracup. Aidan Michael Firth. Louise Mills. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Law and Marketing, Zoe Majorie Rennie. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Law and Politics and the recipients of the Oxford University Press Prize awarded for the Best Bachelor of Law student, Brogan McChord. Angelica Operinde. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Law and Politics, Simran Basi. Louise Young. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Marketing and Spanish, Natasha Lauren Geddes. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Philosophy and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize awarded for the Best Law and Philosophy Dissertation and the recipient of the Best Philosophy Honors Student Prize, Nika Scala. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Philosophy, Emma Butler. Elopi Gurung. Phoebe Livia Jenkin. Callum Howie Maben. Jolie Bonner McLachlan. Mia Trofiq. Brandon Waite. Rhys Williams. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Philosophy and Politics, Esther Chong. Rory Ivan McIntosh. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Philosophy and Religion, Emily Fisher. Adam Rashid. Daniel Shields. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Politics, Sophie Louise Akers. Chloe Balfour. Sarah Barr. Michael Donaldson. Ailey Dunlop. Ellie Chloe Gibson. Megan Hawk. Kieran John Holmes. Kieran David Johns. Vari Moore. Zach Nevin. Taylor Ray. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Politics, Philosophy and Economics, and the recipient of the Stephen Inge Award presented for the Best Performance in Politics, International Politics or PPE Honors, Cameron James Beatty. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Politics, Philosophy and Economics, Tobias Christian Lysander Bailey. Logan Bailey. Ollie McCaffer. Krishan Srinivasa. Koli Zila Ba. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Religion and Sociology, Lottie Jeffrey. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Scottish History, Sarah Louise MacLeod. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Spanish and Latin American Studies and the recipient of the José Bianco White Prize, awarded for the Best Performance in Spanish, and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize, awarded for the Best Dissertation in Languages, Culture and Religion, and the recipient of the D. Amy Chin Prize, awarded for the Best Gender-Based Dissertation, J. Shelley Harkin. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors, Spanish and Latin American Studies, Ainhoa Corrigal. Michaela Glenister. Mia Malkinson. Louis O'Hare. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honors and the recipient of the D. Amy Chin Prize awarded for the Best Gender-Based Dissertation, Hannah Ivy Johnston. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honors and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize awarded for the Best Law or Philosophy Dissertation, Callum Lee. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honors and the recipient of the Research-Based Learning Prize awarded for the Best Law or Philosophy Dissertation, and the recipient of the Douglas W. Vick Prize awarded for the Best LLB Student, Gillian Maitland. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honors, Najma Abbas. Claudia Amos. Fraser Browley. Anna Bacon. Stephanie Jadine Carrigan. Holly Corrigan. Sarah Jean Davidson. Emily Docherty. Finlay Docherty. Rihanna Docherty. Tony Kimberly Kathleen Duncan. Anna Ferrara. Zeyrak Jarel Flores. Hannah Gallagher. Kasper Glab. Maria Fernanda Gonzalez Diaz. Molly Graham. Natasha Griffin. Violet Hijazi. Abigail Harriet. Aaron Kenneth Kilburn Johnston. Barbara Kucharska. Fern Lacklin. Harry Lumsden. Rona and Katie McLeod. Ellie Makel. Amy Ann McCaffer. Kieran Bruce Jack Kingdom McGregor. Rachel McMillan. Kirstine Freya McMullen. Ellie Marcella McPherson. Emma May Miller. Neve Moore. Finlay Nielsen. Summer Robertson. Shannon Shona Roper. Cara Louise Russell. Maya Pamela Steer. Linda Stewart. Amanda Taylor. Mabel Victoria Thompson. Amy Mackenzie Thompson. Florence Isabel Tinsley. Sarah Elizabeth Todd. Sophie Urquhart. Lois Watson. Shona Louise Wilson. Momina Yunis. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Film and Media, Darshita Rajavan. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, French, Aidan Welsh. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, French and Spanish, Jack Muirhead. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, History, Alejandra Ibarra. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, History and Heritage, Hannah Byrne. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, International Politics, Aidan Carter. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Journalism Studies and Politics, Paul Christopher Smith. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Philosophy and Religion, Colette Sterling. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Politics, Ruby Redford. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Viola Jane Campbell. Lucy Chaudhry. Laura Jones. Laura Lalikova. Emma Scott. For the ordinary degree of Bachelor of Arts, Jack Purvis. For awards in the Stirling Management School, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Marketing and Spanish, Ben Hammersley. Neve Seaman. For awards in the Faculty of Social Sciences, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honors Sociology and Spanish, Anastasia Terzelova.
Alenka Yellen, well done going out presenting all those students. Well done. And thanks to Professor Kirsty Blair as well. Thank you very much. Now, there are always, for all sorts of reasons, people who should have graduated today who were not able to join us, perhaps through illness or maybe already started work or perhaps gone back home early. So we always like to recognise their achievements and ensure that they get their degrees. So I confer upon those candidates listed in the official record who have satisfied the academic requirements and who are not present the awards for which they are qualified. They may well be watching, so let's give them a big cheer as well. And I now call upon Dr. Margot Wallstrom to address our Assembly on behalf of those who have received awards. Margot, you're very welcome.
Chancellor, fellow graduates, families and friends, thank you very much, Professor MacLeod, who have been with me for parts of the day. Thank you all for inviting me to share in the special occasion of this graduation ceremony. A wonderful one, and what an exhibition of shoes, I have to admit. When you celebrate with your tutors, your friends and families. And a big thank you to the University of Stirling for the honor of this doctorate. Those of you lucky enough to have studied here have been able to enjoy the beautiful campus, and I'm reliably informed by locals that it is one of the most beautiful in Scotland, blending in with the rugged landscape of this fascinating country. You have studied under the shadow of the monument to William Wallace, and no doubt seen the tourists arriving to visit the Braveheart statue, and I hear that it looks a little bit like Mel Gibson. It's a reminder that Scotland, where you chose to pursue your studies, is an ancient and proud nation. But it is also a nation that throughout its history has always looked outwards to cooperate with its neighbors right across Europe. And I hope that you have benefited from these international traditions during your time at Stirling, with over 140 nationalities represented on campus and more than 30% of the students here from an international background. You have been able to open up your perspectives and make new friendships for life. And those are bonds that will last. And you have, of course, been educated in the best Scottish educational traditions of critical thinking and critical inquiry, crucial competencies to navigate the modern world. Over the years of my own connections with Scotland and being an avid reader, I've also learned of the tradition of Robert Burns, of course, the national poet of Scotland. And I am taking a big risk now, because I will read you a verse that I wrote. What an honor and pleasure this is. Thanks a lot. I now speak as an honorary doctor. I only wish I was a Scot. What a wonderful setting in an historical place, and all of you students who will save the human race. Remember one thing, or sorry, I had another verse. There is an ancient story about the meaning of life. A grandparent describing the pleasures and strife. Inside every human being, two wolves fight for space. One with anger, jealousy, an arrogant face. The other wolf is compassion, hope, and love. The grandchild looks up at the face above, but grandma, which one will win and succeed? The answer is simple, the one that you feed. Remember one thing, you are privileged and blessed to attend university, be fed and well-dressed. Send a thought to those who are outside and lost. Compassion and friendship does not have a cost. Together we worry about perilous time. No, history never repeats itself, but it rhymes. Stirling University must be the best place to be, to learn, socialize, prepare, and be free, to speak up, get a job, to right what is wrong, aware that the road to the future is both narrow and long. Let's wear our awards with pride and heads held high. And good luck to you all. It's time to spread your wings and fly. I'm grateful and moved because somebody has seen what hard work and practice and struggle can mean. I hope you forgive me when I now give you some advice. I will move to prose, and of course an open mind would be nice. My first advice is this. Remember that life is more than self-service. And I understand that some of you, some students, have already gotten a job before graduation. And that must make a lot of parents very happy. But even if and when success and decent paychecks arrive, don't forget the value of doing something for someone else. If you would like to be remembered for who you are, rather than a title on a business card, I don't know if there are business cards any longer, but anyhow, your presentation, do something that benefits others. After a decade as a European Commissioner, as you've heard, I moved to New York and I started working for the United Nations. And sounds like a dream, of course. But the combination of a huge city and a huge bureaucracy made me sometimes feel lonely and very small. I volunteered at a soup kitchen where we distributed food packages to elderly citizens, meals on heels, as Americans, of course, would call it. I learned a lot about society, about loneliness, about gratitude. When you feel that you are losing sight of who you are, put yourself in a situation where you are not the center of attention, because life is more than just self-service. So, with modern language, mix your selfies with doing something unselfish. My second piece of advice is this. Unlock the frozen sea within you. Alternate social media with books. You remember those things? With novels, short stories, and why not poetry? Franz Kafka puts it brilliantly. A book must be the axe for the frozen sea within us. Whatever your jobs demand in the future, I'm certain that you will perform better if you continue to feed your imagination, your sensitivity, your knowledge, your language skills, and your ability to both persuade and understand others. And with literature and with a book, you slip helplessly into the body, into the shoes of somebody else. And remember that just a few words can stimulate and inspire your imagination, and this was true even before Twitter, or X as it is now. When it comes to somebody like Ernest Hemingway, we can, of course, never be 100% sure that a story is true. But as many of you know, Hemingway is said to be the author of the following 6-word story: for sale, baby shoes, never worn. These 6 words can send your thoughts flying in many directions. There was a modern-day literature competition for 6-word stories, and the winner wrote, "I wanted him, got him, shit." My experience is that an unexpected few words, like unwelcome events, can change your whole world very quickly. The people around you will look at you as the future leader, expecting you to act. And I could see when you were lining up and passing here, future lawyers, politicians, as we've seen, journalists, whatever job you find that you're happy with, you are part of a society. You will be important. You will be the ones who decide what kind of community and country and society you want to live in. And you are important. So this leads me to my third piece and last piece of advice. Let your values be your backbone. I've lived long enough to understand that courageous people have something in common. Their values are their inner compass, showing right from wrong. And I've also lived long enough to know that being anxious or even afraid can make things difficult when choosing between the right way and the easy way. But strong values will help you. And you are the VIPs here, the very important persons that will have to deal with this world plagued by wars, poverty, affected by climate change and environmental problems, and the backslide for democracy. But it is also the most beautiful planet on Milky Way with enormous potential and opportunities. So dear graduates, dear students, families and friends, there is a world waiting for new leadership and strong values. Work hard, look after others, read books, make your values your backbone, and fantastic things will happen. Good luck and thank you.
One of the things that Professor MacLeod did not mention earlier is that Margot's current project is working with President Zelensky in Ukraine to try and repair some of the environmental damage caused by the war there. And I think we would all wish you all the very best in that. Well, Professor Wiley, to follow that, I call upon Professor Neville Wiley, Deputy Principal, to now address the Assembly. Neville, thank you very much.
Thanks, boss. Good afternoon and congratulations to all our graduates. I hope you're all having a wonderful day as we come together to celebrate your success. Graduation is always the highlight of the university calendar, and today's ceremony is an important milestone in your journey with us. You came to the university several years ago, made this place your home, and have been responsible for crafting the latest chapter in the university's brief but unique history. Today, it's important for us to celebrate publicly your well-deserved achievements with your classmates, our teaching and professional staff, and most of all with your families and friends, both here in the hall and viewing the event remotely for those who can't get here. Graduation is a bridging moment, a time to pause and look back and reflect on your achievements, but also a time to look forward to the road ahead. You might have noticed on the lecterns and in the certificates, your degree certificates, a coat of arms, which is reserved for special ceremonial events like these. You'll be disappointed to note that there's no squiddles on the coat of arms, but there are 3 books, 3 open books, signifying the pursuit of knowledge and learning is central to what we do. And, as Margot said, they're the axe that breaks the ice within us. What a wonderful image. With its reference to a tower and battlements and a river in full flood, the coat of arms speaks to our historic city of Scotland, of Stirling, rather, and the unique part played in this region in shaping the course of Scotland's history. But there's another element within the coat of arms that is a powerful symbol of who we are and what we're about. A solid bridge with 7 arches spans the water. Of course, Stirling Bridge is a nod to our past, as all you history graduates know, and the battle that took place in 1297 in the Wars of Scottish Independence. But it also says something about our purpose as a place of learning. Bridges connect places. They enable us to overcome obstacles in our path to reach our destination. They're a good vantage point to survey the landscape around us. And of course, bridges bring people together. Perhaps today, especially, but also as you go through your life, there will be times when you'll think back in your time of being a student in Stirling, and you'll have your own memories and personal feelings about what the university means to you. Regardless of where your path takes you, regardless of the vantage point you hold, you can take confidence from the knowledge and the skills you gained while studying here. You can draw resilience that you developed while you were here, and I hope you will also think fondly of the friendships you made and the people you came to meet, admire, and love in this place. In graduating today, you join a multicultural global network of more than 110,000 Stirling alum in 180 countries. So wherever you end up, you'll never be far from someone who shared the experience and the education that you received here at Stirling. This is a powerful network that I hope will benefit you in the years ahead. If you haven't already, I'd encourage you to engage with the Alumni Association. Our former students are a critical ingredient to our continued success as a university and as a community. Many give back, giving their time, sharing their talents, contributing to the opportunities we can provide to our students, and supporting the world-changing research that we carry out on this campus. So please do keep in touch and become active members of this extraordinary community. On behalf of the entire university community, I wish you all continued success in the future. We will always be waiting for you and look forward to welcoming you back on this side of the bridge. Once again, many congratulations and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much, Professor Whiteley-Neville, for stepping in today and being Deputy Principal in reality and deputising for the Principal. We're very, very grateful to you for that. We're also grateful to a number of other people. Before we process off the stage to be followed by all of the new graduates, giving you all a chance to cheer them out of the hall and maybe see them on the screens as they pass by. I just want to thank a few people. We'll be led off the stage by Christy, who's our mace bearer for this afternoon, and always very grateful to have him here in that role. We will also be led off the stage in this distance over here by our piper, who will play a few tunes, and I always like to give him a little bit of an advert. So if you've got a birthday or a wedding coming up soon, it's Piper Dan. If you Google Piper Dan, you'll find the website, and you do have to feed him at the same time, but he's very good at it, by the way. So I hope we give him a big cheer and join in the music on the way out too. I want to thank our British Sign Language interpreters who've done a fantastic job this afternoon. Obviously, a huge thank you to the student presenters and the deans and those who've kept the ceremony flowing as everybody queues up to come and get their degrees. But there are also loads of other people around the university today and in the previous weeks who've made this ceremony happen, not just those who organised the event, people organising some lovely flower displays at the front here. We've got all the volunteers showing you around campus this afternoon. There's an awful lot of work obviously goes into organising this ceremony. So I'd like to end, before I close the ceremony this afternoon, with a huge thank you to all the university staff and volunteers who've made this such a special day. And with every best wish for the future and good luck for the rest of the day too, I now declare this ceremony for the conferment of degrees and other academic distinctions closed. Thank you very much.